So on that note, base info. Everything's being repaired or is under construction here. We would need a living quarters and a medical bay to actually make that a spot for them to rest. And of course, they wouldn't be done immediately. But might be worth setting it up anyway, just because they're awfully far away from the next... from the, you know, the HQ at this point. Like, taking them back to heal is actually going to take a considerable amount of time. That base already has a living quarters. Lazy's is the only one that's severely wounded. If we hadn't gotten him hit so badly at the end there, then I'd say that we could just use the living, like, you know, reactivate that base remotely and use the living quarters there to just patch up the stamina, and that would be that, but not the case, unfortunately. However, I do think we should activate this base. And, I mean, yeah, it already has the living quarters, so it would be cheaper, like, just build a medical bay there and we at least have this spot. But I would almost rather have this one because it's a better midpoint where you can either go north and go this way, or you can go south and head towards Australia than the one all the way up here is. And of course, this one already has the satellite uplink, and we have this new one starting, so we're going to have to get that going too. It has a living quarters and a training base, so they could just hang out and, you know, heal up a bit and heal their stamina at least. It also needs a medical bay, though. And honestly, I think this one will cover the worst of this outbreak for now. Yeah, thinking about it, I mean, we already have access to North America from this direction, but it would be nice to just be able to go around rather than having to constantly, like, you know, double back to get from one end to the other. And this would probably help cover this outbreak. Yeah, we're going to activate this one. It also has a research lab. Okay. Repair the energy generator. Repair the research facility. And repair the vehicle bay, because we kind of need that for the base to work. How long does it take to build a medical bay? 3 days. Well, at the very least, I think we should, because we need to have a place where they can rest up here, and this is good enough. It's cheaper than building the medical bay and the living quarters there, and we'll probably just set up the same thing over here, which also has a living quarters. We'll just eventually get that one and build a medical bay there, and then they'll have there, and and also the Mediterranean base, which, you know, is HQ. And here. So they'll just have different points where they can go rest and heal without having to travel too far. That's the idea. In the meantime, though, it's going to take 3 days for that to be done, and Lazy needs medical attention, so... And yeah, we're not going to be building any more things for a while. We need to hold on to this amount of materials just to make sure that we can resupply after missions for ammo and such. Let's see, if we look at the research... We're trying to reverse engineer the Redeemer so that we can use the Priest, but it's going to be a while before we can even build another rifle like that. Let's be honest. Let's get Haven trade protocols kicked to the top of the queue because we have a bunch of food that we could trade. I think the next base we're going to try to activate once this one has had a chance to actually start scanning. And let me just check to make sure that I've actually... We need to construct a scanning thing, dang it. Okay. Well, there went most of what we had left. Yes, I know, trading, we'll manage. But we need that satellite uplink, because we need this to start scanning so we can keep going in this direction, because we're going to want to get to that base. So that we can start covering there. Oh me, oh my. Okay, let's go to personnel. And edit, because I think this is the only way to even get into your storage. So we've got some stuff we could probably stand to dismantle. I'd like to reverse engineer that, if we can. I think the only point of the crossbow is that it's stealthy, it's quiet, and I just don't bother with stealth in this game. Maybe I should, maybe it's powerful, but it's just, it limits you to only quiet weapons, which obviously usually have damage limitations. I just don't care right now. Oh, you can scrap all of these. You can also scrap the Iron Fury. I'd still rather, I still don't think the 10 damage is worth it, so... Yes, scrap the independent stuff. Scrap the laser rifle if we have to, but hopefully we don't have to. Edit unit. Alright, go ahead and take your ammo back. And let's see, 16 SP. That's enough for a point in speed. Glacier. Honestly, speed doesn't matter as much for you, usually, because you have the jet. But you have enough, so why not make you at least a little quicker? And extreme focus, which gives you that Overwatch bonus. And trooper, which, how many are we? Okay, you actually have enough without having to pull any. I just wanted to double check. I would have let you pull some, but in fact, I'm going to let you pull a bit just to get you another point in willpower. So we need to get you an assault rifle. Luckily, we have some extras. So that should give you a lot of flexibility. The pistol for the free Overwatch shots, mostly, or for when you only have a limited amount of AP, or for if your arm gets disabled. The rifle for when you need to help people shred armor, or, you know, just when you're close enough that it works, because I think overall it does more damage, provided that armor isn't a major issue. And then you also have the sniper rifle. So that gives you some more options. Okay, so ammo. And let's see, we're going to get you another point in speed. Westfall. Ammo. And also a point in speed. And lazy. Ammo. Ammo. Okay, why is that not going into your inventory? We definitely have enough to... Really wish there was a sort button rather than just the filters. Equipment, because that still lumps a bunch of things together. Like, I feel like guns and ammunition needed their own tab. Okay, manufacturing. Yes, it's expensive. We need it. So because it's still flipping its crap that... Okay, where is the magazine actually going? Yeah, iconoclast. There, thank you. You're proficient with it, I promise, game. Don't know if it's getting hung up on that or what. Okay, Lisa. We've at least got that ready for you. I'm not bothering making ammunition for it until you're ready to actually go on missions, but I'll hand you the stuff that is ready to go so that it's not sitting in the inventory with me going, wait, what were we using that for again? You're gonna have to wait a bit for us to figure out what's going on with your gun. We'll get there. And yeah, you're gonna be waiting for a while, but it's just, they're manufacturing, but it's just taking a while. Okay. We're going to go back all the way to here, and they're going to rest. Well, May as well explore that on the way. We've received an automated emergency transmission from a New Jericho science facility. The message is composed of the word overrun repeated on loop. Tracking down the location of the transmission has revealed some security footage, which I assume is what we just saw.
So, New Jericho continues to expand its military capabilities, this time with a new class of soldier. The technician, robotic arms, cranial input hubs. It all sounds very impressive, and we are not exactly opposed to this development. But we do wonder, when is New Jericho going to invest in anything other than war? Yes, we need to achieve some kind of peace, and we in Synedrion aren't unwilling to fight. But winning is more than just building the biggest army. To win, we need a functional infrastructure. We need people who can plan. We need a system that works.
Okay, found another Synedrion haven there.
Research complete.
Haven trade protocols. We can now trade with havens. So the resources underneath are the resources that they produce. So that's what they can sell you. And they're also usually not willing to buy what they produce. So does anyone not produce food? These two don't. One produces materials and one produces tech, respectively. More materials and no food production. Materials and... Okay, yeah, actually that haven we just found. We got a few havens that actually aren't producing food, so they'd be willing to buy food. Hold up. Our operatives have set down an abandoned supermarket. There might be supplies here we can use. Our team found the remains of a camp inside the supermarket warehouse. It looks like people tried to live here for a while. However, there's no one left alive and very little we can use. Just some more food. Okay. We're actually gonna go over here real quick and trade. So we give food. And they provide us stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of food, but we kind of desperately need that, so... There, that should at least keep us from completely running out. And yeah, considering that New Jericho is unfriendly towards us, I wouldn't be surprised if that affects prices, but I'm not sure. However, we're literally passing through it on the way, so... They might actually not be producing anything. So we'll stop off at both of those. Oh, well, they can't trade because if they don't produce anything, I guess they also can't give us anything. That makes sense. Most havens will be suffering from some degree of starvation, which will reduce the population over time. Food production is usually insufficient, and a small proportion of underfed populations will starve each day. The starvation rate is dramatically increased if the haven is within a Pandora mist zone, because scavenging for food becomes more hazardous. Yeah, we'll have to improve diplomatic relations in order to trade here. So they won't buy our food just because they don't like us. That's real smart, New Jericho. Real smart. What about Synedrian? Okay, I don't want to give them materials, but I'm willing to give them... Because, yeah, you end up trading in the same amounts. Rather not. I kind of want to keep a decent reserve of food for ourselves, so that's at least enough materials, especially of tech, that we can keep going for a bit, but it's not like we can just sell food forever. Everyone, you can finally rest. Manufacturing is going. Still have a while to go on getting those people equipped. Though I think Lisa's equipment at least might be done. There you go. We'll have to make you ammo, of course. I'll make you at least enough that your gun is loaded in case you would get in a situation. Like, I don't know if bases can be attacked or not, but just in case. There you go. So Lisa at least is ready to go. And we're also going to take Brawler for you. And more willpower. Because they're getting SP and leveling up because there's a training facility where they're at. So you're going to save SP for a while. None of your equipment's done yet. And extreme focus. And then you're saving SP for these. Okay. Okay, just waiting on Lazy to finish healing up.
Research complete.
Well, we now know how to build a virus rifle. I don't think it's a super duper high priority at this moment given our resources, but we can at least see how much it would cost. Actually, not as bad as I feared. Yeah, we can go ahead and make one so we can use our priest. It's going to take ages and ages, but we can set that up. Actually, since that's the only piece of equipment they need, let's just kick that to the top of the queue. How much health are you still missing? Not very much. Okay. Okay. You're good. Just checking on, like, where we're scanning. We have, of course, a lot more places now just starting to scan. That satellite uplink's still under construction. As is that one, but they'll start scanning in a couple of days. And now we're going to have to start thinking about activating this base to catch both this part of this first big outbreak and this one that's starting. And we just do not have the resources to go activating bases right now, so I think we need to just start searching for more scavenging sites. The gift still has a few days on it. I'm going to let that time down just a little closer. I'm just looking to see if there's any places that we need to explore that are near current mist outbreaks that we can actually reach. The answer is no, so we're just going to explore wherever's closest to try to find some more scavenging sites.
Research complete.
Oh, we finally researched more about Synedrion, and that actually also gave us more tech materials, which is really, really good. Synedrion is an amalgamation of several political movements with roots in social ecology, anarcho-syndicalism, and similar belief systems. Built on strong opposition to hierarchies, Synedrion is egalitarian and radically democratic, with decisions being made via public assembly. Despite this, certain more prominent individuals do exist, because, you know, human nature, and two streams of thought have begun to crystallize. The polyphonic tendency, who believe that the origin of humanity's dysfunctional relationship with the environment lies in hierarchies of dominance, and the terraformers, who believe in putting humans first and are less opposed to the idea of leadership. The current official goal of Synedrion is finding a way of coexisting with the new ecosystem, but that goal is being challenged from within.
Synedrion was built on a dream. A world without hierarchies, without leaders, where human beings could embrace the potential of technology without its destructive side effects. The radicals of the old world had been proven right. The status quo could not sustain itself. But what now? What was the next step? Some argued for coexistence with the Pandoran ecosystem, hoping for a peaceful solution. Others advocated putting humanity before nature and claiming the planet for themselves. Trusting in the safety of their havens, the people of Synedrion argued about the best way forward. But the Pandora virus had little interest in their arguments, and its power was still growing.
Again, I'm just still curious how they managed to form and defend themselves, like, during the first, like, wave of the mist and whatnot. Like, how did that all come together? Alright, well, we're going to start exploring in this direction to see if we can find out more about, like, what's going on near where there's going to be mist soon.
The Disciples of Anu Haven is under attack.
Okay, where is it? Oh, it's over here. Alright, reroute.
Research complete.
Grenade launcher technology. Yay, we can now potentially get grenade launchers. We're going to have to see how many materials that takes. I assume that's a heavy specific item. Yes, it is. Takes a decent chunk of stuff. But I want to try it for Glacier, because Glacier hasn't gotten any new weapons yet. We will make one. I'm not making one for each heavy yet. We want to let Glacier try it out. That is how much it costs to make the magazine for it. The ammo is actually more expensive than the gun. Oh me, oh my. And on that note, let's kick that to the top of the queue. we did get a new recruit in. In part because there's no way that I could equip you, and also because we have a lot of heavies. No.
Research complete.
So, yep, we learned more about the eggs, but this does not say anything we don't already know, other than it's like more of a stasis field than an egg. Okay, we're going to learn more about their colonies. Let's see. Let's reverse engineer that assault rifle. Get a couple of these autopsies done because they're pretty short. And then this one, because it will give us stuff when we complete it. As in materials and tech. And then we might start looking at some of the shared research, or maybe the basic bionic technology. Come on, guys, hurry up. Please. Yes, I know, we can acquire more aircraft. We do not have the resources to build them, and I'm not stealing them yet. Pandoran Intelligence Report. So many new things, mostly just fire and acid worms and their eggs. So I'm going to skip over those, but the Pandoran lair and some of the other stuff is actually important. The Arthron Scourge, which can use grenades and firearms. The Triton Ghoul, which... I'm trying to figure out which type of gun it uses. It says Disciples of Anu technology, but that looks more like a rifle. We'll see. The Pandoran Lair, which is a bigger version of their nest. The Terror Sentinel, an immobile Pandoran specimen that serves as a guardian of specific areas, mostly found in Pandoran colonies. The specimen is rumored to have psychic abilities that hinder human troops. Approach with caution. I'm going to assume with that name that it can panic you. Spawnery, an immobile organic structure found in Pandoran lairs. The structure is effectively a mutation laboratory, intelligently evolving new Pandoran forms. It is speculated that destroying it could cripple the lair, causing it to be abandoned. Fireworm eggs, acid worm eggs, fireworms, acid worms. They're just fire and acid versions of poison worms. Siren Instigator. A lethal Pandoran species evolved for close quarters combat. 80% of the creature is covered in chitin armor, making it difficult to injure. Highly intelligent and bloodthirsty, the siren has been reported to dash to opponents and attack them with her bladed appendages. It reminds me of a Hydralisk. Chiron Aplu. A mutated subspecies of Chiron that has evolved to launch poison worms at enemies. Reports speculate that the specimen is a response to Synedrian military developments. Some of those seem scary. Okay, we have just barely got here in time. So yeah, we're gonna have to think about maybe activating that base that has another plane. But B-Team's equipment is still being manufactured. And also their B-Team, they're not nearly as tough as you all are. Because they have not been on missions. With the exception of the priest who started at level 3. Because presumably they did some stuff with the Disciples of Anu. Alright, this must be in one of the classier areas for the Disciples of Anu, where it's not just a hovel, but rather more of a temple. So we need to protect that structure. I'm not seeing any other structures we need to protect, so they're all gonna be coming here. And unfortunately, there's not much cover on this rooftop. There's a little bit of low cover, like there.
Let's make this happen!
Grenade-carrying Arthrons have developed organic grenade launchers in their limbs. Disabling the limb should render them relatively harmless. Okay, so far they all seem to be coming in from over here.
Already there.
Okay, so far I think we're seeing friendly units that are in there.
Sure thing.
Your poor ankles.
Let me see.
Okay, the bleed damage might get it, and you destroyed the launcher arm, so that makes me feel a little more comfortable with telling Westfall to do this.
Tango spotted.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out exactly how you're... Oh. Okay, well, I'm glad you saw him before we completely committed to that. That really comes down to exactly how many of the bullets hit. Yeah, it's just far enough away that I think the rifle's the better call. However, I think Lazy can actually snipe them. They're far enough away from the building. This would be a bit of a lucky shot, but we can try. Looks like I guessed wrong. They're all coming in from over here, so you need to jump back.
Going in!
You don't have quick aim yet, which is a friggin' shame.
Acquiring targets.
But
This weapon must be inaccurate. That
there we go. Bleed damage might get it.
on Overwatch.
Well, that one has return fire. Good to know. Glad it wasn't us that found that out. Okay, yep, bleed damage got that one. Hit the shield. Well, no, you just hit the bit that's very resistant to damage. You really have it in for the priest. Ow! So, buildings and roofs can collapse with grenades. That's good to know. I mean, it makes sense, but you're never sure if these games are actually going to simulate that or not. Of course you were on the one tile that collapsed, so it has to be a pretty direct hit, although it might vary based on the building. I mean, this did kind of just drop you in the middle of all the things you need to shoot.
Ready to fire.
Silver linings? How did that many miss? Really, the bottle is blocking? I call serious BS on that. It's a bottle. Okay, first, let's see what lazy can hit. Him, apparently. Good job. Have you go in here. Okay, just bash that one. Did you perhaps also hit the priest? Yep. Yeah, you did. Whoops. That's the downside to shotguns sometimes.
Acquiring targets.
Let's go for like a head and torso. Nice.
Ready to fire.
Again, I call BS on the bottle blocking so much of that. I suspect that that's all 4 action points, although it's kind of hard to tell. But yeah. Yeah, that's acting like it's the end of your movement range. So we're gonna have you drop here. And you're just gonna keep an eye over here.
Anything that moves, dies.
Well, apparently the psychic scream just hits everything. Yep, several of us panicked. However, the enemy also panicked, so screw it, good enough. Bonk. And we actually were able to keep them from damaging anything any further. And we got a bunch of stuff. And even though there may have been a friendly fire incident, I'm not entirely sure, but there might have been. Overall, they're still just happy we saved their haven. And we also grabbed some weapons, possibly from the guy we friendly fired, that we can reverse engineer.